Oh, a good deal. It is too strange to be believed. Nothing is too strange to have happened. They spoke very little of their mutual feeling, pretty phrases, and warm expressions, being probably unnecessary between such tried friends. A strong woman who recklessly throws away her strength, she is worse than a weak woman who has never had any strength to throw away. It is difficult for a woman to define her feelings and language which I chiefly made by men to express theirs. Happiness was but the occasional episode in a general drama of pain. Beauty lay not in the thing, but in what the thing symbolized. Why didn't you tell me there was danger? Why didn't you warn me? Ladies know what to guard against because they read novels that tell them of these tricks, but I never had a chance to discover it in that way. And you did not help me. Did you see the stars? Were worlds? A test? Yes, all like ours. I don't know, but I think so. They sometimes seem to be like the apples on a stubborn tree, most of them splendid and sound, a few blighted, which do we live on? A splendid one or a blighted one? A blighted one. People go on marrying because they can't resist natural forces, although many of them may know perfectly well that they are possibly buying a month's pleasure with a life's discomfort. Love is possible, strength in actual weakness. Did it never strike your mind that what every woman says, some women they feel, I shall do one little thing in this life, one thing certain, that is love you and long for you and keep wanting you till I die, and at home by the fire, whenever you look up, there I shall be, and whenever I look up, there will be you. But no one came, because no one ever does. Why is it that a woman can see from a distance what a man cannot see close? The beauty of ugliness of a character lay not only in his achievements, but in its aims and impulses. Its a true history lay not among things done, but among things willed. Wild ladies ladies know what to guard against. Spitting the hints of the meth. If an offense come out of the truth, better is that the offense come then that the truth is to be concealed. At first I did not love you, Jude, that I own. When I first knew you, I merely wanted you to love me. I did not exactly flirt with you, but that inborn craving which undermines some women's morals almost more than unbridled passion, the craving to attract and captivate regardless of the injury it may do the man, was in me. And when I found I had caught you, I was frightened, and then I don't know how. It was I couldn't bear to let you go, possibly to Arabella again began, and so I got to love you, Jude. But you see, however fondly it ended, it began in the selfish and cruel wish to make your heart ache for me without letting mine ache for you. And when our impulses are too strong for our judgment, sometimes I shrink from your knowing. I have what I have felt from you, and sometimes I have distressed. I am distressed at all of it. You will never know. You will never know. Well, what I mean is that I shouldn't mind being the bride of at the wedding if I could be one without having a husband. She was of the stuff of which great men's mothers are made. She was indispensable to high generation, feared at tea parties, hatred in shops, and loved at crises. A man's silence is wonderful to listen to. The hobble of being alive is rather serious, don't you think so? Papa loved Troy in the way that only self-reliant women love, when they abandon their self-reliance. When a strong woman recklessly throws away her strength, she is worse than a weak woman who has never any strength to throw away. Our source of her inadequacy is the novelty of the occasion. She has never had a practice in making the best of such a condition. Weakness is doubly weak by being anew. I spit never in the been speaking poetry to you. You have never loved me as much as I love you. Never, never. Yours is not a passionate heart. Your heart does not burn in a flame. You are upon the whole a sort of faith or spite, not the woman, and you overrate my capacity of love. I don't possess the warmth of nature you believe me to have. An unprotected a childhood in a cold world has beaten gentleness out of me. My eyes were dazed by you for a little, and that was all. So each had a private little son for her soul to bask in, some dream, some affection, some hobby, or at least some remote and distant home. Sometimes a woman's love of being loved gets the better of her conscience, and though she is agonized at the thought of treating a man cruelly, she encourages him to love her, while she doesn't love him at all. Then when she sees him suffering, her remorse sets in, and she does what she can to repair the wrong. She philosophically noted dates as they came past in the revolution of the year, her own birthday, and every day individualized by incidents in which she had taken some share. She suddenly thought one afternoon that there was another day of greater importance than all of those, that of her own death, a day which lay sly and unseen among all the other days of the year, giving no sign or sound when she annually passed over, but not less surely there when it was it we learn that it is not the rays which bodies absorb, but those which they reject that give them the colors they are known by. In the same way, people are specialized by their dislikes and antagonisms, whilst their goodwill is looked upon as no attribute at all. Don't think of what's past, said she. I am not going to think outside of now. Why should we? Who knows that? What tomorrow has in store. Remember that the best and greatest among mankind are those who do themselves no worldly good. Every successful man is more or less a selfish man, a devoted fail. Sometimes I feel I don't want to know any more about history than I already know, because what's the use of learning that I am one of a long row, only finding out that there is a set down in some old book, somebody just like me, and to know that I shall only act her part, making me sad. That's all. The best is not to remember that your nature and your past doings have been kissed like thousands and thousands, and that your life and doings I'll be like thousands and thousands. Shouldn't mind learning why the sun do shine on the just and the unjust alike. But that's what books will not tell me. I am convinced I am Thomas Hardy forever and ever.